Hi, welcome to Wisdom Inspired Talks. I am Yomi Akinpelu, your wisdom coach, speaker, teacher, and author. Today, I'm going to be speaking about 7 rules of success, how to get what you want in life. If you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe and comment below. And with that said, let's dive right in. Number 1. Define what you want. Set up a criteria for success. In other words, what does success look like to you? Figure out what it is you really want and what success is to you, and then aim for it. It sounds simple, but you must first define and identify what you want. A goal or a definition of what success means to you. The probability that you will randomly stumble upon it is 0. If you actually want something, you can have it. But you must first define it. This is because when you define it, you can reorient your life in every possible way to achieve that goal. You can make necessary changes and you can redirect your priorities in order to give yourself the best chance that your desires will occur and get rid of the things in your life that sabotage your walk towards your goal. Make sure that what you want is meaningful to you, even if it's difficult or risky. Yes, it might be risky and you might be afraid of taking risks, but you should be more afraid of staying where you are if it's making you miserable. We can never have 100% security in life, so we must take risks, but you are paying a huge price staying secure and miserable. Also, the clock is ticking, and if you're miserable now and you don't take a risk and make a change now, in 5 years' time, you're going to be much more miserable and much older. It might be a luxury to pursue what makes you happy, but it's a moral obligation and responsibility to pursue what is meaningful to you. Once you've figured out what is meaningful, get started, even if you do it badly at first. Just get started. Rule number 2. Learn to think critically. One of the ways you can do this is by learning to write things down. Make it a daily habit to capture your best thoughts on paper. Writing is essentially thinking on paper. It is so important to learn to think because thinking helps you to act effectively in the world. Thinking helps you win the battles that come your way. If you can think, speak, and write, essentially, you can communicate effectively. And if you can communicate effectively, you set yourself up to get what you want in life, because nothing will be able to stop you or get in your way of success. If you can learn to think on paper and formulate your plans, your goals, your arguments in a coherent way, if you can speak to people, lay out a logical proposal, you'll be able to get opportunities, funding, influence, and attract the kind of relationships that will help you achieve your dream and mission. Writing things down really helps your thinking because the act of writing forces you to use 3 abilities. Your physical abilities, that is the act of writing down your thoughts, visual abilities, sight, and auditory abilities, that is hearing yourself say it in your head as you write. You use 3 major parts of your brain simultaneously when you write, and you can get better and better by practicing. So writing helps your critical thinking ability, and people who have learned to think on paper will eventually discover that they have developed the ability to think on their feet. This is critical for success. Rule number 3. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not to someone else. Are you better than who you were yesterday? If you are, then you're making progress. If not, then you need to change that. Compare yourself to the previous version of you to see if you're making progress. Occasionally, you need to compare yourself to others who can help to improve and challenge you to be better. Rule number 4. Do something daily that will bring a little bit more order into your life. For example, lay your bed, or put your shoes in order instead of scattered around your room. Do something today that will make tomorrow a little bit more progressive. Ask yourself, what is it that I can do that will make things more right today? Then just do it. No matter how small it seems, just do it. In that way, you're putting your world in order just a little bit more. But here is the thing, that habit done daily begins to spread and compound, and that action begins to call out order from chaos, and this makes you incrementally stronger. If you do this again the next day with a slightly larger task, you begin to get the benefit of compound interest. And if you continually do this daily, at some point you begin to see a glimmer and a glimpse of the dream and of the future. Every single day, take one step towards your goal. Get better daily. And when you look back over time, you've made so much progress simply by taking small daily steps. Learn to live in day-tight compartments. In other words, live in 24-hour compartments. You can do or accomplish almost anything if you do what is required for just one day. Rule number 5. Don't make excuses. There will always be 1,001 good reasons for not going about achieving what it is you want in life. These reasons will pile up day after day because we feel our dreams are in the future, so we can put them off indefinitely because of the demands of the day. However, the truth is that there is no reason whatsoever for not getting down to doing what you should do today to achieve what you want in life. The more you live a life of excuses and blame someone else or something else, no matter how legitimate and valid, the more stuck in a rut you will be, and you will not make any progress. So don't allow your current situation to stop you from going for what you want in life. You might think it's a valid excuse for not making progress, but actually it's not. Harsh as it may sound, your circumstances or situations is not an excuse. Making excuses is counterproductive. So stop making excuses. It will stop you from taking responsibility for achieving what you want in life. You are responsible for your success. It's not anyone else, and it's not your circumstances. It's the person you see when you look in the mirror. It has been said that an excuse is a way of promising yourself that you have the same problem again. An excuse is the skin of a lie wrapped up in a reason. There are 1,001 excuses for failure, but there's never a good reason. So you must choose. You can have results or excuses, but not both. Rule number 6. Change yourself. No matter what bad habits you might have, you can change yourself. Sometimes you have to give things up and change yourself if your habits are not serving your dream. If your habits are not moving you towards your dream, you have to change them. In the short term, these habits might seem pleasurable, but if you look at the long-term effects of these bad habits, they are destroying a good future. You have to give up the short-term pleasure for the habits that have long-term benefit. You must embrace habits that serve your long-term goal and dream of what you want to become and what you want to achieve. Habits like reading, exercising, saving, investing serves your long-term goal, though might not be pleasurable in the present. Habits like smoking, drinking, partying, clubbing may give some people immediate pleasure, but will not serve or add anything positively to your long-term goals. Once you have a clear picture of the type of person you want to become, the kind of influence and impact you want to have in your life, if that dream is strong enough inside you, then it's going to be easier to discard any habit that does not sow towards your future dream. Rule number 7. Take on challenges. When you see a challenge, don't cave in or cower. See it as just a tip of the iceberg, because a bigger one is on the way. We are built for struggle as human beings. A challenge fortifies you. We're not built for security, we're built for strength. We become stronger by taking on optimal challenges. On your journey to achieving success, you might fail, but it's for your fortification. A lot of people have extracted significant success out of catastrophic situations. We develop by contending against challenges. William Shakespeare said, "Sweet are the uses of adversity." Life is difficult. For instance, we cannot always protect our children, but what we can do is prepare them to take on the challenges of life. We can prepare them to be strong, to be courageous, to be truthful, to be resilient. We equip them for what life is going to be, which at the very least is going to be a series of challenges. A resilient person is able to stand up to things in the face of fear, convinced of their competence and confident to prevail. We must encourage our children and instill in them a sense of courage and not just protect them from life. We grow by confronting challenges, not by avoiding them. That growth and courage is a necessary skill to help us get what we want in life. The obstacle is not the enemy. The obstacle is the way. Someone once said, when suffering knocks at your door and you say there is no seat for him, it tells you not to worry because he has brought his own stool. There is a silver lining to challenges, and this is it. When facing severe challenges, your mind is normally at its sharpest. So don't avoid the challenges because it is the tests that create credibility. Challenges are what make life interesting, and overcoming them is what makes life meaningful. And that is all for today. Until next time, keep on growing in wisdom and maturity. Blow the cap off your capability. Be unstoppable. Be awesome. I'm cheering you on.